Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Brain Shanae, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my December TBR. And I am back, and also if you're new to my channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. So like I said before, I'm going to be sharing with you my December TBR. Now, mind you, I'm looking at this stack right here, and it's very ambitious, especially for the last month of 2023. And I'm thinking to myself, can I really do this? And I feel like I think I can. I just got to prioritize my time. I know literally it's already like the 12th of December. I've read some majority of it already, so maybe I can, figure it out for the rest of the remainder of December. So let's go ahead and get started with my TBR. So I am behind with my read along for this series. So I'll be reading the last two of this series and of the Dandelion Dynasty. And I know it's going to be very ambitious for me to even get through both of these, but I have a feeling that I can do it. It's just going to be something that I probably start tomorrow, which I'm already going to be starting something else tomorrow. And I'm also in the middle of another book, but I'm going to be reading the remaining two of the series. So we have The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu, and then we have The Speaking Bones by Ken Liu. I am behind, so I got to catch up. So these are the two final books in the series out of the four. So yeah, I got to get to it, y'all. I got to get to it. I love this series, and I definitely want to continue on and see what happens next. So I'm definitely going to be reading these. And then another read along that we are doing this month with a group of us, like Elise, Jira, Mel from Tomb Raider, Bree from Bree Reads, Tia. There's a lot of us. Adrienne from Sister Harlem. Yeah, there's a lot of us that are doing this little buddy read. So we're reading the first 6 books of the Planet Barbarian series. We were talking about it on one of our reading sprints one day. I don't remember whose reading sprints it was on. But we were like, let's go ahead and read the Planet, Ice Planet Barbarians. So like, okay, cool. So we're literally going to be reading the first 6, which I'm going to be starting tomorrow. So I'll be reading the first book tomorrow. Hopefully I can do it. Tomorrow's a long day for me, especially, with work and stuff, but I feel like I can get through it, hopefully. So yeah, we're going to be reading the first 6 books of that series. And then on top of that, I'm going to be trying to finish the Wayward series by Shannon McGuire. I read the first book, so I have to read the rest. So I have to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the books, remaining of the books. So here it is, the Wayward series. So we have Down Among the Sticks and Bones. We have Beneath the Sugar Sky. We have In an Absent Dream. Then we have Come Tumbling Down. The next one is Across the Green Grass Fields, right here. And then we have Where the Drowned Girls Go. So this is another one. And then last but not least, we have Lost in the Moment and Found. And I wanted to get to these, I want to get to them now and wanted to read them because the new book is going to be coming out fairly quickly in the beginning of January. And that one has like dinosaurs on the cover. I was like, yes, I need to catch up before I get left behind. I know for each of these books, they're like, if I listen to audio, there may be 4 to 5 hours max. So I think I can do that, where if I try to stick it out, at least read one book a day, I feel like I can do that. I think I can accomplish that. So yeah, so I'm going to be reading the remainder of the Wayward series, and that way I can catch up and read the next book that will be coming out in January. So here is this right here. The next pile right here is I'm going to be reading some manga this month. I feel like mangas are a nice little, I don't know, I forget how we say it, but I feel like it's a nice filler, because if you read a lot of fantasy, you just want something, or like we said, like a palate cleanser. So I'm going to go ahead and read some manga as well. So one of them is The Dragon's Knight's Beloved. This is volume 6 right here. And then I have The Apothecary Diaries. This is volume 10. So I'll be reading this. Then I have A Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom. This is volume 2 that recently came out. So, yep. Then I saw this and I was like, I really want to read this because it really sounds interesting. So I have volumes 1 and 2, and that is Kowloon Generic Romance. This is volume 1, and this one is volume 2. And they sound really, really interesting. So I'm looking forward to getting to these. Like for this one, for volume 1, it says, Welcome to Kowloon Walled City, a dystopian townscape where the people are brimming with nostalgia and where the past, present, and future converge. Amid the hidden emotions and extraordinary daily lives of the men and women working in its confines, a tale of romance begins to unfold for real estate agent Reiko Kajiri, one that feels as familiar as Kowloon itself. So really excited to get into both of these. They sound really good. And I just been on my manga kick for a minute, so definitely cannot wait to read these. The next one, I have volume 1 and volume 2, and that is The Villainess and the Demon Knight. So here is volume 1, and then here is volume 2. And so for volume 1, it says, Tall, dark, and insatiable. When noblewoman Cecilia realizes she's been reincarnated into an Atome game, her shock is further complicated by the fact that she's the villainess. What's worse, she can't seem to change her fate. Now her engagement is broken off, the heroine is harassing her, and she's forced to work in a brothel where her very first customer turns out to be the debauched leader of the Imperial Guard, Lucas Herbst. This dangerous Casanova looks like he'll be the end of her until he takes her as a fiance. So, sounds really good. Looking forward to it. And so like the covers, I think is what got me most about them both. I just saw them at the store. I'm like, I want to read this. So yep, I got both volumes here. Now those are all the manga that I'm going to be reading this month as well. So keep that in mind. And then the next book that I'm going to be reading is Let Us Descend by Jasmine Ward. I wasn't able to finish it in November, so I had it pushed it into this month of December. And it's, you know, Oprah's book pick. I think this, of course, is her last book pick of the year. So I definitely wanted to give it a try. But let me read the synopsis for this one. It says, Let Us Descend is a reimagining of American slavery as beautifully rendered as it is heart-wrenching. Searching, harrowing, replete with transcendent love, the novel is a journey from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the slave markets of New Orleans and into the fearsome heart of a Louisiana sugar plantation. Annis, sold south by the white enslaver who fathered her, is the reader's guide through this hellscape. As she struggles through the miles-long march, Annis turns inward, seeking comfort from memories of her mother and stories of her African warrior grandmother. Throughout, she opens herself to a world beyond this world, one teeming with spirits of earth and water, of myth and history, spirits who nurture and give, and those who manipulate and take. While Ward leads readers through the descent, this, her fourth novel, is ultimately a story of rebirth and reclamation. From one of the most singularly brilliant and beloved writers of her generation, this miracle of a book inscribes Black American grief and joy into the very land, the rich but unforgiving forests, swamps, and rivers of the American South. Let Us Descend is Jasmine Ward's most magnificent novel yet, a masterwork for the ages. So yeah, I was like, I want to read this. And so I got to finish it, you know. So yeah, I moved this into this month so I could finish it. So I have this one. The next one, which I'm currently in the middle of, I'm really looking forward to this one because I read her first book, which was In Every Mirror She's Black. So I want to continue on with the story where it deals with, we deal with pretty much the same women from the previous book, and we're following 3 different perspectives. And so we have Everything Is Not Enough. This is by Lola Akinmede Akostrom. So I'm really looking forward to this. And like I said, we're following 3 different women, and they're Black women. You know, we're traveling pretty much, you know, Sweden to the States, Rome. It's just, I think it's, so far I'm enjoying it. And just getting these 3 different perspectives from these amazing Black women, I'm all for it. I am here for it. So let me read the synopsis for this one. So it says, can a career woman truly have it all? Powerful marketing executive Kimi Adeyemi has finally found the man she needs, but Tobias Wickstrom thinks she's the most selfish woman he has ever met for asking him to give up his life in Sweden and move to the US for her own comfort. Will Kimi be forced to stay, chipping away at her hard-earned career, if she wants to keep him? As things begin to sour and Kimi faces challenges in her relationship with Tobias, someone else moves back into the picture. And then the next question says, can having it all be a gilded cage? Looking into divorce in Sweden isn't what former model turned flight attendant Brittany Ray von Luden anticipated. Only jointly owned assets are evenly between couples, and Brittany gave up her career and went with nothing into Johnny's kingdom. Having had a child with him, Brittany fears their daughter Maya will be cut off from the resources she's been accustomed to. Trying to get away from a man who's obsessed with a ghost isn't going to be easy. And the deeper she digs into his past, the darker the secrets she unravels. And then the next question is, can you run from your past to have it all? After fleeing her home with the help of a client to seek a new life in Sweden, Yasmin carves out her own small corner of the world, finding love in the arms of Yildiz Zeldik. But when someone from her past forces Yasmin to become a caretaker before she's ready, she must confront and move beyond her teenage history, all while pursuing her dreams of becoming a makeup artist. It says, follow the loosely intertwined and messy lives of Kenny, Brittany, and Yasmin as they interrogate themes of place, prejudice, and patriarchy in Europe. And then it says, Lola Akedmide Eckerstrom proves yet again that she is the next great voice of nuanced contemporary women's fiction. Now, mind you, it does give us an author's note of content warnings within the book. And it says, please be advised, this novel discusses issues of infidelity, sexual assault, infant loss, and suicide. So just keep that in mind, which you do with that in the other book as well. So just to give you a heads up, if it, this book might not be for everyone, but yeah, so I'm in the middle of this and I'm enjoying it so far. The next book is, I keep hearing things about this book and I'm like, okay, I might give it a try. So I'm going to be also reading Heather Fawcett's Amelia Wild's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So I figure like, I might as well read this, see what it's about. I know one of my coworkers, or both my coworkers, have read this and they loved it. I know a few other people have read it and they loved it, and they're thinking about also reading the next book in the series. So I'm like, I want to give this a try. So for the synopsis for this one, it says, enter the world of the hidden folk and discover the most whimsical, enchanting, and romantic tale you'll read this year, starring the intrepid Emily Wilde. Emily Wilde is good at many things. She is the foremost expert on the study of fairies. She is a genius scholar and a meticulous researcher who is writing the world's first encyclopedia of fairy lore. But Emily Wilde is not good at people. She prefers the company of her books and her dog, Shadow. Aww, that reminds me of the movie Homeward Bound. Okay, never mind, sorry. Moving on. So when she arrives in the hardscrabble village of Hesvik, Emily has no intention of befriending the gruff townsfolk, nor does she care to spend time with another new arrival, her dashing and insufferably handsome academic rival, Wendell Bambley. But as Emily gets closer to uncovering the secrets of the Hidden Ones, the most elusive of all fairies, she also finds herself on the trail of another mystery. Who is Wendell Bambley? And what does he really want? To find the answer, she'll have to unlock the greatest mystery of all, her own heart. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I heard great things about it, so why not give it a try? And it looks short enough for me to get through. So I'm also going to be reading this in December. All right, I got 3 more books. 3 more. And like I said, I told y'all this is a very, 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 very ambitious TBR, especially for the last month of the year. So the next book that I'm going to be reading is The World We Make by N.K. Jemisin. I've been waiting to read this, so this is the perfect month to do so. I know Gabby from The Curious Owl, she's been doing a read-along for N.K. Jemisin throughout the entire year. I feel bad because I've been missing out on the live discussions because of work and stuff like that. So definitely going to be reading this so I can definitely step it up at least for the last month. So yeah, I'm going to be reading N.K. Jemisin's The World We Make. Then I gotta finish this duology. So I gotta read the last book, I gotta finish it. So I'm gonna be reading The Blood Gift by N.E. Davenport, which I really loved the first book, and I'm looking forward to reading the next book in the series because the Blood Trials I really, really loved, and I want to see what happens next. So for this one, actually, I'm not even going to spoil myself with the synopsis. I'm just going to read it and figure stuff out as I go. So here's the next book that I'm going to be reading this month. And last but not least, this was my goal to finally read this book because it's been out for a minute. And I'm like, I gotta read this, y'all. I got to. So it's going to be Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. I love Legendborn, so I gotta read this one. I just got to. So for this one, It says, "The shadows have risen and the lines is law. All Bree wanted was to uncover the truth about her mother's death. So she infiltrated the Legend-Born Order, a secret society descended from King Arthur's knights, only to discover her own ancestral power. Now Bree has become someone new, a medium, a blood crafter, a scion. But the ancient war between demons and the Order is rising to a deadly peak, and Nick, the Legend-Born boy Bree fell in love with, has been kidnapped. The regents who rule the Order will do whatever it takes to hide the war, so Bree and her friends must rescue Nick themselves. But enemies are everywhere. Bree's own powers are unpredictable, and she can't escape her growing attraction to Selwyn, the mage sworn to protect Nick until death. If Bree has any hope of saving herself and the people she loves, she must control her powers without losing herself in the process. Will she become the legend or break it?" So yeah, looking forward to reading this. Been wanting to read it for a minute. Plan on doing a book review about it because why not? I did a book review for Legend-Born and I got to do the same for Bloodmarked. But that is it. That is the last and final book that I'm going to be reading in December. I think this is a good enough amount of books I'm going to be reading. People are going to probably look at me crazy like, girl, you know that isn't too many books. And I'm like, you know what? You are right. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see if I can do this. But that is it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're having a great holiday so far, wherever you may be. Happy holidays. You know, times are really challenging at the moment, but I hope that, you know, you all are being healthy and being safe at the same time, and just, you know, just try to have a positive mindset. You know, that's easier said than done, but, you know, I still hope that you all are, you know, being safe out there. But thank you all so much for watching, and y'all will see me again. But thank you once again. So I have to say thank you. I have to say thank you and thank you, because without y'all, I don't know where my channel would be at. So I have to give some gratitude for it as well. But thank you all so much for watching. And once again, I hope you all are staying healthy and staying safe. Bye, everyone.